Before I was known, girls wanted me. Now, all the girls want me. Whatever girl will come across my platform, she wants to date me. She sees, okay, this is a good guy. He's the perfect guy. This is the kind of guy you probably want to bring home to your parents.
Yes, absolutely, guys. If there's anything I know women love, it's a 5'4" broke dude who's a convicted sex offender. Welcome back to American Thor, everybody, and we got a good one for you today. So, in my quest to uncover the most outrageous, the biggest, the fakest alpha males that are on the internet, I think I've discovered, I know I've discovered the absolute GOAT of fake alphas, and that is King Ben Azoulay. My God, this guy is an absolute uncut, precious gem worth of cringe content. So what we're going to do in this video, I'm just going to react to his most outrageous shit he's put out, right? So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely helps the channel. Now, let's deep dive this douche. So, first thing, who is this guy? Well, King Azoulay is essentially, the easiest way I can do this to save 30 minutes, he's basically Temu Andrew Tate, okay? He's just a knockoff version of Andrew Tate and about a foot shorter and way more poor, okay? So that sets the standard. But also, the thing we're going to lead with here is just what an absolute disgusting piece of shit of a human being he is. And if you've seen John Bravo's expose on this guy, yes, he is a convicted child predator. So no, he should not be teaching people how to be alpha males. He should essentially be thrown in the wood chipper. But that gives us a good baseline of sort of who this guy actually is before we start jumping into it.
I wanted to see if he ever was in prison, or if it's another one of his bullshit stories, because he's only talked about it once. And he said that he went to prison for something that he didn't do.
And after that, I got arrested. I got arrested for something that they said that I did, and I didn't do it.
Was it true? Did he go to prison? Yeah, he was telling us the truth on that. But he lied to all of us when he said he didn't do anything.
As we're going to see, this guy's entire brand and persona is this fake tough, fake rich, materialistic type of, again, knockoff Andrew Tate type of persona. And you might be asking, Nate, well, what would you say an actual alpha male is? I kind of have gotten that question in the comments. And again, as a retired Green Beret, I believe in traditional masculinity, stoicism, things like that. But the easiest way to say it is this guy. This is the true alpha. And if you're not aspiring to be that, well, you're wrong. So obviously that's not what this guy is. But let's jump in and just start knocking out these cringe clips. And of course, this guy is the most badass fighter on the entire planet.
I trained martial arts my whole life. I know how to fight very, very well. I've taken on not one, not two guys. I fought 30 guys at the same time, and they couldn't take me out.
You fought 30 guys?
30 guys at the same time. They got to the point that they said, okay, you mother, we're done with you. You don't want to stop. I have this switch. You better kill me.
Yeah, guys. This guy sees red, right? He sees red and bodies hit the floor. Yeah, he fought 30 grown men at the same time. Wow. Yeah, that's this guy's John Wick, right? So we're setting the stage. We've got John Wick light. All right, we got something even more impressive here.
One day I got into a fight, and I ended up beating the out of like 5 of them. And the boss, he took out a gun, put it to my head, told me to stop fighting, and I told him to shoot me. And he saw in my eyes that something was going on. I thought I was going to die. He told me, I'm not going to shoot you, I just want you to stop. And he looked me in the eyes, and he realized I was a young boy. He pulled his gun down, put it in his pants, let me come, I want to talk to you. And then he told me, he said, you know what, you're an incredible fighter. I think you should be fighting for me. But more than that, I want to be like an older brother for you.
You joined his team?
Yeah. I became one of the guys in the mafia. I was named the Kid, and it was the Russian mob.
All right, so this guy's got a lot of great stories, right? He beat up 5 Russian mobsters by himself when he was, 14 years old. And then, of course, he was such a good fighter as a child that the Russian mob hired him. Oh, okay. So great backstory to old King Azoulay here. Let's keep moving. All right, let's hear some of his martial arts techniques and how he's beating up 5 to 30 men at a time.
Come in to kill you. When I punch somebody, I don't punch their head. I'm imagining my fist going through their head, to the back of their head. Their head gets stuck here on my elbow. That's how Bruce Lee used to do it.
Nice. Guy figured out how just throwing a regular punch works. Very impressive stuff here. And so he's called out some of the others in the fake world, and again, including Andrew Tate.
You know what I'd love to see? You and Tate in the ring.
I would break his head in half. He's a trained fighter, I'm a trained killer. Two different things. You could do a boxing fight, which I call a pillow fight. You're a 4-time world champion, but you didn't fight people like me.
So yes, we give Andrew Tate a little bit of a hard time here and there, but he is legitimately a 6'3", 4-time world champion kickboxer, whereas King Ben Azoulay is a 5'6" Steven Seagal knockoff, right? But that's not the only person he's challenged.
Jake Paul, this little bitch, was supposed to have a fight with me. He didn't want to fight me. Why? Because I have to lose. I have to lose a fight in order to fight him. Little girl. He took a fight with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson. People were surprised. How come Mike Tyson didn't beat him? Mike Tyson is an actor. You didn't see him on Ip Man?
All right, so another great clip here. Of course, right out the gate, no, Shaq has never met this guy before. He definitely never texted him. But also, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight. Pretty cringe, but at the same time, Jake Paul is probably twice this guy's size, actual trained fighter. And yes, he would demolish old knockoff Jean-Claude Van Damme here. All right, guys, now if you are looking to get in shape rather than spending thousands of dollars on some bullshit fake alpha male programming, what you should do, head on to the gym, but get your supplementation right. And you could do that with our partners over at Tasty Gains Creatine and Pre-Workout Gummies. All right, guys, we're back with our partners at Tasty Gains, and they got a new product, Pre-Workout Gummies. Now, if you're like me, you're trying to get rid of your last vice, which is energy drinks, you need to swap over to pre-workout gummies. Best part about these, they're organic, 1 gram of sugar. Give your liver and your kidneys a break from all those energy drinks. 30 servings of this, only $30, far cheaper than your Red Bull habit. If you're looking for an awesome pre-workout, it's gonna give you all the same effects as your regular pre-workout for a way better price. Swap over, try Tasty Gains Gummies. Now let's hit this workout. All right, so we've obviously identified what a fake tough guy he is, but let's talk about his presence, what he brings to the room when he walks in, because he's got a lot of clips talking about that.
Get me as soon as I walk in and they're like, who is this guy? I look like I'm going to hurt somebody.
Nah, you look more like the reason why women cover their drinks up at a nightclub, to me personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, you remind me of a buff chihuahua. You could be capable of violence. I'm just not that concerned with it, you know? Now, I'm not trying to say you short or nothing. It's just from that angle, though. You do look like, if I saw you out in public, I'd turn and look straight over the top of your dome piece. So like, I wouldn't even acknowledge the threat had walked into the room.
100%, I've said that before. My height, his height, we never even notice you. And, yes, how tall is this gentleman? Well, I found this great clip that actually can show us. This is one of those small SUVs that's probably maybe 5 feet tall. All right, so we're building a total package here, right? We've got a fake alpha male, about 5'4", bringing a lot of presence to the room, but also a lot of power.
Yeah. I walk in, my chest is held high, my back is straight, my handshake is very powerful. Why? Because I come in with a lot of force, a lot of energy through the earth. I just fucking go through it.
Yep.
And I've never been scared of anything. Yeah. As a child, I was literally diagnosed as somebody that's fearless.
Yeah.
Wow, there you go. This guy was diagnosed as fearless. I can tell you this, as a Green Beret who, did one of the scariest jobs in the world. Yeah, I don't know a single fearless dude. All the gunfights I've been in, everybody who's been in a gunfight knows it's incredibly scary. But not this guy, who I believe was diagnosed as a child with douchebag-itis. So I started to ask myself, is this guy just legitimately retarded? And I came across this clip.
You know why people wear boxing gloves? So they don't fuck up their hands by hitting somebody's head. Your head is the strongest bone in the body. And if you train it and bang it enough for a whole year, it becomes 4 times thicker.
Oh, okay, we found it. There it is. He's actually just got a ton of CTE from smashing his skull into the cement wall trying to toughen it. All right, so we've identified, of course, that he's a tiny, fake, tough guy who thinks he's the biggest guy in the room. But we should check out his mentality and the way he approaches business next.
See, most people ask, how do I speak so concisely and how do I speak so fast? Let me give you a life-changing hack. What if you could think twice as fast? That would mean that you would have twice the amount of hours in the day. Here's the hack. Everything I listen to is at 2x speed. Everything I think about is at 2x speed. Every time I make a move, it's at 2x speed. If you'll start to 2x speed everything you're listening to, and even as small as bringing up the speed of the mouse on your computer, you'll be able to think twice as fast. Receive information twice as fast. Try it out and let me know after a month what happens.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with these fake alpha males, like they're Einstein and they're changing the space-time continuum and they can manipulate time. It reminds me of this clip.
My day is 6 a.m. to noon, and I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 24 hours, just like some dude in a cave did 300 years ago. My second day starts at noon and goes till 6 p.m. That's day 2. And then the next day is 6 p.m. to midnight. What I've done now is I have changed and manipulated time. I now get 21 days a week. Stack that up over a month, I'm going to kick your butt. Stack it up over a year, you're toast. Stack it up over 5 years, my entire life is different than it would have been otherwise.
All right, but of course, this dude is a billionaire, he's claimed.
I called my bank, and when I called them, I asked for $250,000. Now, for me, $250,000 is not much money. As you guys could understand, $250,000 is not much money.
Of course, he probably pulled all the money that he owns out of his bank account to be able to bring into that podcast because, of course, what do all the fake alpha males do to make their money? They sell coaching to coach you on how to make money, even though none of them have ever actually produced any product or had any real business to begin with.
People ask me all the time, how much money do I spend on outfits? Now, it's not that much, but let me share with you what's very important, especially if you're ever gonna do big business deals. When you're meeting people like me, we look at a timepiece. People that do big business, they know that this is $100K on the wrist. This is an AP. No diamonds, no bullshit. We're not trying to be flashy.
Yes, guys, so this is absolutely true, all right? If you're an entrepreneur and you're heading into a meeting with angel investors to try to get funding for your company, the one thing that they're looking at is how much money has this guy spent on his watch? For sure, that's what savvy business people are looking for. All right, again, so tiny, fake, tough guy, tons of presence in a room, no idea how business actually works, but he also gives love and relationship advice.
To pass a law. Nobody in this world should be allowed to get married being under the influence of love. People never think about this, but open your mind for 1 second and tell me that I'm wrong. Are you allowed to drive under the influence of alcohol? Why would you be allowed to make such a big decision and be able to get married, sign a contract in the time when you're in love?
Yeah, I agree with this, guys, as well. Make sure if you're going to marry someone, marry somebody that you don't love, because that's how marriages typically work out. Good advice, Benny. But of course, all the women still want him.
Before I was known, girls wanted me. Now, all the girls want me. Whatever girl will come across my platform, she wants to date me. She sees, okay, this is a good guy. He's the perfect guy. This is the kind of guy you probably want to bring home to your parents.
Yes, absolutely, guys. If there's anything I know women love, it's a 5'4" broke dude who's a convicted sex offender.
At one point in my life, I realized that money is not everything. Having businesses, having nice cars, watches is the last thing that I truly need. It does not fulfill me. If you'd ask the truth, what would really fulfill me is a wife and kids. But to find a wife nowadays is the hardest.
No, it's not. But again, when you are a 5'4" broke convicted sex offender, it actually is very, very difficult to find a wife. So that's probably the issue he's kind of running into. All right, and to really hammer it in on what a POS this guy comes to family work, not only that, but some other man has adopted his son.
It's been almost 4 years I have not seen my son. The courts of Ohio took jurisdiction over my son. Today I received a letter that her new husband has adopted my son.
Also, that's not how this works with adoption. He would have had to give up the rights to his son. So, no, this guy is the epitome of who you should not be listening to if you want to become a masculine man. No masculine man gives up the rights to their kid, so some other man can raise them for him. All right, so we're building the final picture here, right? We got the tiny, fake, tough guy, big presence, no business knowledge whatsoever, and also women want nothing to do with him. But he's also got his final grift, and that is trying to teach kids the best way forward.
Hey, babe.
Yes,
Why do you love me so much?
because you're a student. Hey, babe,
Ah,
how you're so fit?
because I was an F student. I didn't stop fighting. Hey, babe.
What?
You know why we're so rich?
Why?
You know why.
Actually, I know why.
Why?
Because you're a student.
Exactly.
All right, I do appreciate the temp tier, right? Paying the call girl to hang out with him and do content with him. But his whole thing is that, yes, F students are the ones who create things, are engineers. Now, there is a few examples of that in the entrepreneurship world here and there that, yes, people who've come from nothing have made it. However, in the grand scheme of things, no, F students most likely are going to end up working at Chevron and then probably being addicted to methamphetamines in Mobile, Alabama. Sorry if you're in Alabama. but he'll explain it in more detail here.
And you're in a situation where you're an F student, let me tell you something. You got a bright future, buddy. You see, an A student is the perfect employee. He works for me and he does his job perfectly. A B student, that's my manager. The C students, those are business owners. Then you got the D. D is between a business owner and an inventor. It's someone that owns a business but truly wants to invent something. He just doesn't know how to do it. And then you got the F students. The F students are inventors.
Yeah, for sure. He's trying to like conflate what, you know, guys like Mark Zuckerberg did that dropped out of Ivy League schools because they had already come up with products and they were already so successful in their grades to even get in there to begin with just being an F student. Also, let's be very clear, this guy has no employees. Nobody works for this guy. He doesn't make enough money for that to actually happen. All right, so we did it. We figured out exactly who King Ben Azoulay is, right? He's a 5'4", fake tough guy, giant presence, no business knowledge whatsoever. Women want nothing to do with him, so he has to pay call girls to come over to do content with him. And yes, he is definitely, I think, on the Mountain Rushmore of the fake alphas. Now, the unfortunate thing for all these fake alphas, as we talked about here a little bit ago in the video, is that they all make their money off of coaching platforms. None of them do anything else. And the problem is they're all being exposed and all that coaching money is drying up. So hopefully we kind of see them all fade off into obscurity. But that's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch y'all in the next one.